some of the younger guys on the offensive side of the ball, mainly in the running back room, offensive line?
Just guys who are just, they love the game, like, playing this game, coaches and stuff, get on our butts, whatever the case is. But, one thing you see out of young guys sometimes is like immatureness or, the ability to take themselves out of practice just off of a mistake. But you don't see that too much from these young guys. I think that comes from having a lot of older guys, though, that, are telling them, correct things, right things to do, how to handle certain situations. So, these young guys, they're ready to play, man. We got a lot of interesting guys coming in.
You're seen as a home run hitter. This spring, you've been a lot more effective between the tackles. Has that been a focus of the offseason, is be a little bit more aggressive downhill, be a little bit more aggressive in the box?
Yeah, 100,000%, man. Just, also thickening up, too, in the weight room, things like that, just trying to perfect my game all around, not having any reasons for, to take me off the field, whether it be third down, any down, just make sure I'm on the field.
What would you say is weight room wise? How much bigger are you? How much stronger?
Okay, yeah. So I finished last season around 194 pounds ish. I'm at I was 201 this morning. I was able to put on 4 to 5 pounds of lean muscle and only a pound of fat. So it was put on the right way. Just trusting in Nico. That's hard, but I did it. Now hopefully I can reap the benefits of it.
What's a catapult?
Catapult. I think I got up to the 21 this off season, but summer will come. It'll be up there for sure. Y'all probably hear about it.
What's the hardest part about pass blocking as a running back?
The hardest part is really just getting your mind into it. It's hard. Especially at a position like running back, receiver. Where that's not completely your job description. That's not why you pick the position. So I feel like a lot of the time it's just taking yourself there mentally. A lot of guys are physically able to do so, but might not have the right mindset. And I've talked to a lot of different backs about it because that's an area of my game that I want to improve in. That's all they, all of them tell me basically the same thing. Just make sure you have the right mindset. In terms of technique, body position, and things like that. Everyone's aggressive. It's football. So just being nitpicky in that area, because I want to be good at it. That's somewhere I really want to improve in my game. So I just been focused on that all spring.
Tali's a weight room guy. When he came in, you're like, all right, you're gonna have to throw some more pounds on the squat.
For sure, I'm competitive as hell. So they could bring in the strongest man in the world. I'm gonna try and do the weight, even though if I can't, but I'm gonna try. So I think him coming in, has something to do with the strides I was able to make in the weight room. Just competing with one another, all the backs. We just all love getting after it.
When you're doing the body recon, trying to get stronger while still staying lean, what's the biggest emphasis? Is it diet? Is it pushing yourself in the weight room? What's the most important thing?
It's definitely diet. Because you just gotta make sure, or me personally, I like to make sure that I'm putting the right things in my body, in terms of muscles and things like that. I want to stay quick, quick twitchy, fast guy. So you have to watch the things you put in your body, and how you recover, about how your body recovers. We do a lot of hard shit out on the field in the weight room, so it's just really how fast can I put it back in or recover from it.
Is there a favorite food you had to give up?
No, I didn't give up any foods. I'm not a bigger guy, so I didn't have to completely cut anything out. Anything helps, So just a little less of the fried foods, try and get away from some of that, just to help with endurance, stuff like that. So that was the main thing.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, a little bit. I get fries though. The fries are staying.
What was your favorite fried food that had to go? What was the hardest?
Chicken tenders. I'm a chicken tender dude. I'll go to Ruth Chris and get chicken tenders and fries.
Do they have?
I don't know.
I bet
I don't know. They might. I don't know. I
What
go
are you
to.
gonna pay for them? They better be.
Yeah, So.
How hard is it to not be greedy when you're a running back? Because you break a run, you want the ball.
Yeah. It's when you think about it, think about the course of a 12, 13-week season. You just think about it differently. Obviously, I want to go. Put up a whole bunch of numbers and stats and touchdowns, but is that what's best for my team? Obviously, I'll perform in August, but my team's gonna need me down the stretch. Gonna need guys down the stretch in November. So, guys want to talk about accolades and all these yards and things like that, getting greedy. It's all cool, but it's not really effective towards the team, towards the common goal, the all-in goal. So, it's cool. It's just that's not me though.
Do you notice a major difference getting hit like head contact with the Guardian cap on versus with it not on during games?
Nah, not really.
It's just
A little bit in practice.
There's a difference,
It's really,
but you can't
when
really feel it.
You really tell it, not on contact, but when you hit the ground. That's when, that's
Okay.
a big difference. Your head hitting the ground when you hit the ground. That's where I feel the biggest difference at with the Guardian caps.
In baseball, they say chicks dig the long ball. Is that the same for the guy that makes the long run and scores the touchdown?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's a guess. I haven't heard that one.
You ain't heard that.
I ain't heard that one. Yeah. I don't know.
Manny Covey's had a really good spring. Talk about his development. He was seen kind of like you as like a home run hitter, speed guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's also looked like he's stronger between the
Manny's
tackles.
taking huge steps this offseason, from where he was last year, just in the playbook, physically, mentally, emotionally, bro. He's just taking that step that this team needs him to take, and just playing like a grown man out there, bro. Like, we're just all excited, Manny, all the coaches, all the players, we seen Manny, be the goofy little kid, who might not know too much or who's messing up, but now that's not who he is, and he's someone who can contribute to this team who we're going to need in August. So.
Tell him to slow down a little bit. Like, still a couple guys ahead of you. Calm down.
No, we're going to need all of us, shoot. Yeah.
Did you know Gerd very well at Ohio State?
Yeah, PG. Yeah, I knew PG at Ohio State. Just coming up. There's a lot of dog days in my earlier days, so me and PG were able to, kind of build a bond, stuff like that. So it's good having him on board, man. He's gonna work his ass off.